Hi everyone and welcome back, and if you're new here, I am Prakriti, and in today's video I am going to try the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour matte cover foundation, and this one is in the shade 108 Caramel Beige. So I'm just going to test this foundation in this video. Actually, they claim a lot of things. They claim that it has got a matte finish, shine control, high concentration of pigments, full coverage, non-comedogenic, and yeah, so we are just going to test all of it out, whether it's got coverage or not, whether it is pigmented or not, and how it feels on my skin. By the way, I have a combination skin type right now, which means my T-zone is very oily and the rest of my face is a desert, you guys. It's very dry. This comes in a packaging like this, and it retails for rupees 750 for 35 ml of product. I actually bought it from Nykaa for rupees 600 because I think a sale was going on or something. So yes, now without any further ado, let's get into the video. Before doing anything, I just want to go ahead and swatch this foundation with my other foundations so that you get a shade comparison. And I want to swatch it on my face because my hand and my face, they kind of match, but not exactly. I'm just going to swatch it here. So you can see it looks really light on me. So that over there is the Maybelline Infallible 24-hour matte cover foundation. And now I am going to swatch my Maybelline Superstay 24-hour full coverage foundation. This one is in the shade 312 Golden. I'm going to swatch it here. Okay, that was probably not enough, but this one matches me really nicely, you can see. Then the third foundation that I'm going to swatch will be the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and this one is in the shade 332. Let's do it here. So you can see that's pretty deep. And finally, I'm going to swatch my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC40. So this is the shade comparison. Till now, as you can see, the Fit Me is the one that matches me perfectly, or maybe it's just that area, it matches that area perfectly. But yes, this is the Infallible, then this is the Superstay by Maybelline, then this is the Fit Me by Maybelline, and then finally we have the MAC NC40. Now this foundation claims to be mattifying, high coverage and long wear, and also it should be lightweight and super natural. When companies claim that they have a full coverage product but it's very natural at the same time, I'm like, this also has an SPF of 16, and again, long wear matte finish, high coverage, natural result. Just because this is a matte foundation and I have a combination skin, it gets really dry in certain areas. So I have to moisturize it really nicely. I'm not going to use a pore minimizing primer, but I'm just going to moisturize the areas that are really dry or that tend to be dry when I apply a foundation, a matte foundation. Actually, I already have my Mamaearth Vitamin C face cream, yes, on, but I don't think that will be enough. So I'm just going to apply this serum. This is the Neutrogena Hydro Boost Capsule in Serum. It's a very nice serum. I'm gonna mainly focus it on my forehead and also my jaw because I just removed makeup from there, so it's very, dehydrated. I bought this foundation from Nykaa. I bought it for rupees 600. The actual price is rupees 750 for 35 ml of product. It will expire in 12 months after opening. That's it. And then the packaging is my favorite. This is my favorite packaging for a foundation. This comes in a nice tube. This is my hand. This is the tube. And then when you open it, it has a nice, thin squeezing kind of thing going on over here. So that is my favorite packaging. I don't like glass bottles a lot. This is my preferred type of packaging. There are overall 20 shades in this foundation, but they launched only 8 in India. I don't know why. This is the deepest shade I have. This one is in 108 Caramel Beige. Alright, so on this side I'm going to use a brush, and on this side I'm going to use a sponge, and first I'm going to try it out with a brush. Then this has got a really nice and thick consistency, so it has to be nice and full coverage. I'm assuming that. I'm also going to apply a little bit on my hand just to show you guys the oxidation. This again has the same scent that the Freshwear foundation has, their Infallible Freshwear foundation. I actually like that foundation. I really like it because the finish is really nice and actually fresh. So this one is very matte. Yes, it's very matte. But surprisingly, it's not covering a lot. So this is what one layer has covered. Compare both the sides. Like this is with no product on and this is with product on. To be honest, for the first impression, I'd say that I'm not that, impressed. Now I'm just gonna try it out with a sponge next. So again, I'm just taking some product. I will say one thing, that it's more blendable with the brush. With a sponge, it's not that blendable. So I'd say that you blend it in with a brush and then go in with your sponge. That will be better if you're planning on buying this foundation. And I'm not saying that you have to buy it. The sponge side looks more covered because the sponge packs product into your skin while the brush kind of blends it and moves it. The finish is matte, you guys. It's very, very matte. And now I'm just going to build it up in a few more areas, like around my mouth and under my eyes, because I'm just not satisfied with the coverage over there. Okay, so now it has covered a bit like how I wanted it to cover, but again, I had to use a lot of product. This is the real one and this is the oxidized one. It's freaking crazy. Like this changed color like shade. So I'd say that you go a shade lighter at least. That has to be there, because, and also like this has also started oxidizing, so it's oxidizing in minutes. So if you get this in stores, that will be nice. Like apply the foundation and roam a little bit, it will oxidize and then you'll get to know the real shade. So I'd say that you get it from stores rather than buying it online if you can, because the oxidation is crazy over here. You can see it's just crazy. Okay, it's kind of settling in my smile lines. I don't know whether you can see or not, but it's kind of settling into my smile lines, and this is where I sweat a lot. So I have to see how this foundation holds that area. By the way, I am going to powder it. On rest of my face, it looks okay and it's very, very comfortable. Now I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and then we'll talk about this foundation. It may hold your makeup in place, probably, if you use it with a good pore minimizing primer, because what I saw is that it is kind of breaking up from around my nose, although I make sure that I apply the product really nicely over there, but still it's kind of breaking up from here and also from my smile lines, although I did powder that area too, but yes, it's kind of breaking up. So again, I'm not sure for oily skin whether it's gonna suit your skin or not, whether it's gonna make your makeup long lasting or not, but probably if you use it with a nice pore minimizing primer, it can. So next I'm just gonna perform a transfer test using this tissue paper over here. It's transfer proof, but now let me go in my T-zone. Alright, so if I go in the T-zone, there is a little bit of product coming off because that area is kind of oily, so obviously some product is gonna come off. It's obviously waterproof, and I think I'm gonna leave this foundation on my face for a few hours to test the lasting power, and that will be updated in the description box. Now I'm obviously going to do a flash test. I've not done a flash test till now, but I'm obviously going to do a flash test and a test in natural light, like how the foundation looks in natural light, and I'm just gonna throw in some clips and photographs. So yes, the thing is that you have to apply a little bit extra to get that full coverage effect. So for me, I don't think it has got a second skin finish. Obviously, if you have a full coverage foundation on, it's going to look like you have makeup on, and it looks like that. Especially in the mirror, it does. And especially around this area, just because it's creasing and, the foundation settles weirdly on my Cupid's bow. So no, it doesn't look like second skin. It has not got natural finish. It looks like you have makeup on, and especially a full coverage foundation on. Another thing that you can do is spray some setting spray on top of your foundation, but that's not just the magic of foundation. You have to mix it with a setting spray, hence you have to buy a setting spray. So the foundation on its own has not got any natural kind of finish or whatever. So till now, I can just remember a single good thing about this foundation is that I like the finish of this foundation. It's just perfect for Instagram videos. I like the finish, but it's just that you have to use a lot of product to get this full coverage effect. Now let's come to the cons. Number one, it oxidizes like hell. Number two is the shade range, which is the biggest bummer. Just 8 shades are not gonna work. So I don't know whether you can see or not, but you can see that here it has settled into my fine lines. It is also kind of breaking from the corner of my mouth and also around my nose. It is definitely controlling the sweat because my upper lips get really like sweaty, so it is controlling that sweat. Oily skin people can give this foundation a try, but I think if you have combination or dry skin, you should skip this foundation because I feel that it's kind of drying, and also you have to use a lot of product to get full coverage. So if you want to buy a foundation like this that gives you full coverage for rupees 750, it's actually the Maybelline Superstay foundation that I'd recommend. Again, there are not a lot of shades available, just 9 shades. So yes, that is what I want to say. If you have oily skin, you can probably try this foundation, but if you have dry or combination skin, I'd say that you skip this foundation. And that's it for the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if the review was helpful, please subscribe. Do not forget to hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.